you may be in a situation where you've got key pages on your website. They may be paid search landing pages. They may be product pages on your website. But how do you determine what that page should look like, right? You probably, if you're in a larger organization, you'll have a digital agency that'll come in, they'll show up with their concept boards, and they'll present them on their boardroom table, and they'll say, okay, here are our concepts. How do you choose which one goes live? You may have a designer, right? Your cousin may design a page for you. But how do you decide if that's the best design? A lot of companies are using the HIPPO method, which you may be familiar with, right? The highest paid person's opinion, and that HIPPO will point to the one they like, and that's the one that invariably everyone's opinion surrounds, and that's the one that goes live. A lot of companies are using the black turtleneck method, I call it, where the guy with the sunglasses in the boardroom, right? He picks the one that he likes because he has the opinions, and that's what goes live. So, but you're smart marketers, and you're here on an Unbounce webinar, so you know better than that, right? You're using the scientific method, and this is the basics, but this is to make sure we're all talking about the same thing when we talk about testing. And what we're talking about is randomly directing your visitors to different pages, or swapping the content, and then tracking the conversion rate, right? Whether it's through any channel, whether it's phone calls or online form fills or e-commerce purchases, lead gen, downloads, you can track all of those things to conversion, and if you understand their value, you can optimize your revenue and really get the best results. And so that's what scientific marketing is all about. It's testing and iterating. It's split testing. It's as simple as that. But there's a lot of nuance to getting the best results. So let's get back to that Iron Mountain example and take a look at what happened here. So these are two of the variations that we tested. And what you'll see is on variation A, actually for both of them, they're dramatically redesigned against the control, right? And what we did, this is part of the strategy that we developed for them, is starting with what we call a variable cluster test, where we've made many different variations within that each page to really swing for the fences and make a huge conversion rate lift. And then also, within that test plan, we've isolated variables. So you'll see between variation A and B, there's an isolation. What it is an isolation of the copy. Variation A has copy that focuses on the benefits of working with Iron Mountain, a trusted provider of security, and it's talking about the benefits, and it's a concise page. Variation B gives more detail about the services, so it's got images and service features with detail, and it's a longer page. So the question is, which one won? And take a look at the results. So look at that. We've got 59% of you voting for concise benefits. Now, I know that we've got some of the smartest marketers on the planet on the webinar right now, and so let's see if you're correct. The majority voted for A, but unfortunately the winner was B in this case. 49.9% conversion rate lift for B. And so what it turned out is that they've got a marketing insight here as well. It turns out that just having a shorter page, we've all talked about, in many times, talked about reducing distraction, how a shorter page often works better. But in this case, they needed a little bit more detail. They needed more features about the product before they could take that action about of filling in the lead form. And that, of course, made a dramatic impact. Think about this. This was a paid search landing page. They're already driving expensive leads to this page. Now they're getting 50% more free leads to their sales force. It's always exciting when the marketing manager calls us up and says, hey, you won't believe this. My sales manager just walked down the hall and asked me, what the heck did you do to the landing page, or what did you do to the website? We can't handle all the leads that are coming in. That's a fun call to get.